Peace be with you. Not all of us are scientists. Not all of us may have studied the chemical reaction of hydrogen and oxygen. And yet, when we drink water, we know the refreshing effect it has on us. We may all not be abreast with how mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy and the transforming process it has to go through to travel through overhead or underground distribution lines into our homes. However, we know the power of electricity when we flip the switch and there is light. Some things cannot be seen by the human eye. We simply experience their effect. And when we choose to speak about them, we use metaphors to express our experience. The Holy Spirit is not a fine idea or a theory concealed in the pages of a book. Although unseen by the eyes, when the Holy Spirit steps into a place, His presence is recognizable and His impact is immense. Oftentimes in construction zones, we may find a safety signage which reads, "Caution, men at work." Similarly, when God is constructing something, He puts His signage, "Caution, the Holy Spirit at work." Mother Mary and the disciples of Jesus had gathered in the upper room in an atmosphere of prayer. Then, on Pentecost Day, something happened. The author of the Acts of the Apostles uses metaphors such as a sound like the rush of a mighty wind and tongues as of fire to describe the experience. He then writes, "And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in different tongues as the Spirit enabled them to proclaim." There is a push and pull effect of the Holy Spirit. He pushes witnesses out there to proclaim the gospel, and at the same time, He pulls people to listen to the witnesses. The crowd on the day of Pentecost would retort in amazement, "We hear them speaking in our own tongues of the mighty acts of God." The ability that the Holy Spirit gives for witnessing is echoed in the gospel text. Jesus said to His disciples, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, so I send you." And when He has said this, He breathed on them and said to them, "Receive the Holy Spirit." The early Christian community was spirit-filled, with different charisms at work among them. These charisms were at the service of the gospel. It was not only a gifted community, it was also a fruitful community, where the fruit of the Holy Spirit was celebrated. Paul exhorts us when he writes, "For in one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, slaves or free persons, and we were all given to drink of one Spirit." The Spirit that was at work in Mother Mary and the apostles is the same Spirit that is being offered to us here and now. Through the sacraments of Christian initiation, the Holy Spirit comes to us. A sage once said, and I quote, "It is not enough to have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit must have us." End of quote. As we celebrate Pentecost Sunday, let us do some sober reflection and ask ourselves a few questions. Is the Holy Spirit having me? What charisms of the Holy Spirit are at work in me? Is the fruit of the Spirit visible in my life? The proof of the active presence of the Holy Spirit in a person's life is holiness. That is, a life of love of God and neighbor. His name is the Holy Spirit. That means his primary mission is to make us holy. May the fellowship of the Holy Spirit transform us into holy men and women. God bless you.